So, but like I said, you know, I guess I'll never know why they reacted the way they did, or the lack of reaction to my cries for help. I had spoke to several people about it, and nothing was ever done. I even spoke to, so Josh and Mike, I had a conversation with them. Mike was the general manager at the time. Drew Bennett is now their assistant manager. Kevin Oakton, I believe, is now the general manager. I had tried to talk to him one night about the harassment, and he pretty much just brushed me off as if it was my fault. Like I said, there's nobody at the gym can ever say that I approached them. Hell, in life, there's only one guy that can ever say I took him out on a date, and it was my idea to take him out on a date. His name is Adam, AC for short. I still have those text messages and call logs from him. Nobody else will ever be able to say that, oh yeah, she approached me, she tried to talk to me. That'll never happen. They'll never have proof. They'll never be able to show you a text message, a call log, nothing. A Facebook message, an Instagram, Snapchat, nothing. None whatsoever. And that's why I just think it's so ridiculous that they were just so quick to believe Thomas and his lies over me, when I had actual proof of stuff, messages that I was willing to show and share. But let me say, Kevin Oakton, he was also one of the horrible ones. When I had a conversation with him, he pretty much brushed me off. He had a conversation with another staff member, which was a young black guy that worked at the desk. I don't know his name at all, but he had either a tattoo or a mole on his face. He is actually one of the guys that was following me around the gym with some of the other gym clients. And he's a staff member. I actually have him on video following me around the gym and watching me. Now, there was a guy, Mims G, I think his name is. I never really had any interactions with him. There's an older black guy I never really had any interactions with. And there was a guy that did like the spin classes on Thursdays. I think I never had any interactions with them. So I don't want to, let me not say all of the male staff. But the ones I've called out by name, for sure, they were definitely a part of the problem. So let me see. There's just so much. Like, I just don't know. But the lack of reaction at the gym, like, all of this could have been stopped. It could have been stopped there. The rumors, the harassment, like I said, it could have been stopped there. But because the guys that I named and mentioned are not actual men, they weren't willing to stand up and help, even though I was asking for help. They can check cameras. They have cameras in the building. They have cameras in the parking lot. None of that, I'm assuming, was ever done. If they would have checked the cameras, they would have clearly seen that the stuff that Thomas was saying was a lie. But because they just jumped to conclusion, either they were, I don't know, I assume maybe they were scared to say something to a man, and it was just so much easier to bully a woman, seeing as how it was 20 plus men against just one woman. I don't know. Like I said, I'll never know. But the harassment has been never ending. The following has never stopped. The rumors started. So what was brought to my attention and what I caught wind of was that, now I don't know who for sure have been starting these rumors, but I'm assuming it's some of the guys that were involved in my rape. I'm not sure if it for sure was Thomas, but they have been actually going around to different places that they know I go, and telling people that I allowed them to run a train on me. They've been lying and saying I tried to talk to them, but yet nobody can produce a message, a text message, a call log, nothing. I actually have video footage of Thomas admitting that there's footage of my rape. So somewhere out there's a recording of me being raped. I can almost bet on that recording, I probably look out of it, if not passed out, or drugged, because I do not remember the incident at all. I didn't even remember getting home that night. So I guarantee you, if there's somebody that's seen it, they can clearly see, well, she's not coherent. She's not there. So, but I'm sure they won't tell people that part. Like I said, nobody can ever say. I've probably seen them. I've probably seen my rapist, and that's the sad part about it. A million times by now. They could have sat next, somebody could have sat next to me at a bar, a restaurant, I would never know who they were, and that's the part that kills me. But my gun is always with me, so it's okay. The only person I know of is Thomas, and I have a protection order. I was finally granted the full protection order, so this is the full one that I was granted since last May. When I was given the temporary protection order, May 24th of 2022, we've been fighting for the protection order. Thomas kept asking for continuance after continuance after continuance. To finally get there, we had, I think, was the end of January is when we had the most recent hearing of 2023. He finally agreed to do the protection order because I showed up. I had my witnesses. There are several witnesses that I have come with me. Rob, Christine, Kiera. I had supporters, just friends that just wanted to show up to hear because it's a public hearing so they can hear everything that's going on. Thomas didn't want these videos to come out. Thomas didn't want these text messages, these notes that I have to come out. He definitely didn't want my witnesses to say the things that he had said to them, the things that he approached them and said. He didn't want any of that to come out because it would probably been public record. There's just so much. Like, I've had people pop up at outings that I went on with my son, like December 3rd of 2020, December 3rd of 2022, I was at Get Air with a friend of mine's, my son, her niece and daughter. There was some light-skinned black guy that popped up, didn't have any kids with him. He kind of heavy set, had like a shaved sides, like the sides of his head were shaved, and he had like dreads at the top. Just sitting and staring and watching, just weird stuff like that. That same guy popped up at Union, which is a local gay bar here. Him and there were several other guys with him, and I'm just like, y'all look very out of place. And also one of the bartenders from Platform where I got drugged was with them. Y'all look very out of place. Y'all look very obvious. But, of course, nobody says anything. There's just so much that I want to say. But I only have 10 minutes to say it. So much. People popping up, like I said, at my son's basketball camp. My son's basketball practice. The basketball practice was December 8th and December 15th. Of 2022, where I had my son on a basketball team here, and there was you could tell it was a family, several women, a guy, and they had a baby and a little girl with them that played on the basketball team or was trying out for the basketball team. I knew they were there for me because I'm sitting in the hallway working on my laptop, getting caught up on some stuff. They start, first it's the guy, he walks down the hallway a little bit, walks back, then the girl walks down, walks back, and they each take turns doing this. Now, this is the same stuff that the guys at the gym was doing, so it's pretty obvious what you're doing, and that you're trying to get my attention. At one point, the kids that went to break and then came back, went back in the gym. One of the women who just so happened to be walking back and forth, looking stupid down the hallway, a little girl walked up to her, and she was pretty upset. She's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. And the woman says, well, we just want you to do this, so you'll have something to do, so you can be active. So me, I look up, tomboy, played basketball. So I look up and I'm like, girl, you better get out there and show them boys what's up. Now, mind you, this woman never makes eye contact with me. Why are you not looking at the person that's speaking to your child? That makes no sense at all. She tells the little girl that she needs to get back out there. And then walks down the hallway. After practice, there's an older woman that kind of stands at the desk, and she just sits there and she's like looking concerned. Why, I don't know. But these are just some of the many things that have happened. It's so much more. Like, I have so many notes. I might even have some of my witnesses come on here. I might record them, some of the stuff they've said. I was even an incident at my son's school dance with somebody I went to high school with. He was older than me. I did not know him. His name was Brandon. But he actually at my son's school dance bumped into me on purpose to try to get my attention. Then after the dance was over with, came and sat by me and my aunt and just sat there. Just weirdness. But this concludes part 3, video 2.